Hey, lunch bunch. Today we are in my car. We're having a McDonald's breakfast mukbang. My kiddo is back there. We just have to run some errands. We do. We gotta run some errands this morning, and so we just had an early start. Just go roll down the windows real quick and not run the gas on my car. So I thought we would just swing through McDonald's, pick up some breakfast. Hopefully this isn't too warm for him. So got him a hash brown. And we've got some sandwiches, but I'm gonna eat my hash brown too. So, good morning. What is up with you guys? I've not been filming a lot lately because somebody decided to pick up the hand, foot, and mouth disease and bring it home. There are cars driving by, as you can tell. I'm right in front of the highway. But yeah, somebody thought it was a good idea to bring home the hand, foot, and mouth disease. So we had that all last week. He did anyways. I'm not sure where he got it. And I've had it this week. I'm getting better, but I've got blisters. We didn't have it super bad, because you look it up online and people are just covered in sores. I'm I've got little blisters. They hurt and they itch, I'm not gonna lie. I've got a few on my feet, and way in here in the back where my tonsils would be at, I've got sores. And they're probably about the size of my thumbnail. Maybe not quite that big. Maybe about the size of my pinky nail. They're big though, for having sores. They're pretty large. So my throat hurts. I haven't been talking a lot. And not a whole lot you can do about it. For anyone who doesn't know what hand, foot, and mouth disease is, I don't really call it a disease because it's not a disease, but it is a viral infection, like when you get the common cold or the flu, and can't really do a whole lot for it. So, but because my throat has been hurting so bad, it's getting better, but because my throat has been hurting so bad, I haven't been able to film because it kind of hurts to talk. But this virus is really weird because you'll run a fever for a day, maybe. He had a fever all day long. I thought he was teething when he had that fever originally. It was all day. He didn't seem to feel good, and I thought he was teething. I thought he was working on his 2-year-old wisdom teeth. His 2-year-old molars is what I thought he was working on. And because there's no other symptoms, nothing other than a fever. And it wasn't super high. I think at most it got up to be 104. I think was the highest. Not 104. 101.4 was the highest that it got. Yeah, there was no other symptoms other than him just wanting to snuggle. And the next day, he woke up and was completely himself. And then it was halfway through the next day, he started getting blisters. So then I called to make an appointment with his doctor because it looked like hand, foot, and mouth disease, what it looked like to me. So I called his doctor, and when you ring through to the office, it says to make a sick child appointment or talk to a nurse, hit 1. So I did that, and so a nurse comes on the line, and I said I need to make an appointment. I think my son has hand, foot, and mouth disease. And so she asked me about the symptoms, and I told them to her, and she said, yeah, that's what it is. And she says, there's no point in coming in because there's nothing we can do for you. So, and then at least she sent me that because you have a $65 deductible. So, I saved us $65. Can we get a thumbnail? The lighting is not great. It's a very cloudy day. But it feels awesome outside because it's been so hot and humid here. A lady parked next to me. Of course, giant empty parking lot. She didn't park right next to me. She's 5 spaces down, but really? Maybe she's gonna do mukbang too. Oh man. Some of these bites kind of hurt. like because they're a little scratchy. I haven't been eating a whole lot because of this. It's probably a good thing for me. I eat too much as is. I was gonna do Starbucks, but they had a really big line. And I never get Starbucks. I don't drink coffee. I've always said, like, if Starbucks fell off the face of the earth, like, I wouldn't care. It wouldn't affect my life any. I know there are people out here who are, like, all into it, and I'm like, meh, you know, they've got some okay stuff, but they're really expensive. However, we've been having more fall-like weather. Like, right now it's 79 out, but it's really breezy, which feels amazing. So I'd say it feels probably more like 73, 75, somewhere in there. And so this is the bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle. I got it for him. He's never had it, so I don't know if he'll eat it, and I'm going to take it apart for him because I don't think he'll eat, just like sit down and eat the whole thing almost. Are you still working on your hash brown? No. Old cup of goldfish. Need something to put this stuff in so he can pick it up easy.
No, yay!
Is it no? Is it yay? What was I saying? I don't even remember. I know, baby. You're hungry. I'm working on it. I've never even tried this stuff. It's okay. There's like little bits of maple syrup in it. I mean, for a pancake, they're not bad. But to like eat it as a sandwich, a little weird to me. I don't know. Do you like that back there? We'll let him work on the pancake side of things. I normally get him the biscuit because, like, for a sandwich, a biscuit sounds more normal, but he takes it apart, eats the eggs off of it, and then he might eat the biscuit. So I figured if he's picking everything apart anyways, might as well just get him on the pancakes, and then we can separate it out. So yeah, like, I never order anything new. I always get the same old, same old. So you guys have already seen me eat this in a mukbang before. I'm probably going to regret it because it's going to be probably kind of hard to swallow. This is bacon, egg, and cheese bagel. And anyways, I think what I was saying about Starbucks, we've been having this lovely weather, been overcast, and it just kind of feels like fall. And I've been wanting one of their caramel apple spice drinks. Those are so good. I love those things. Maybe something like that will work for a mukbang. I don't know. Or for a thumbnail. Yeah, that's not too bad. Small bites. Yeah, so I might swing through there and get a drink once we're done, just because anything warm's been really soothing to my throat. I've been drinking tea like crazy. Tea with honey. It's like the only thing that's been helping me. I haven't been taking any like ibuprofen or anything because that's a muscle relaxer, and I figure it probably won't do much for my throat. So I just haven't done anything like that. Don't do that, child. Put it back in your mouth and eat it. I hate when he does that, when he wants to like spit food out. When I was a kid and I do that, I got in trouble. He will too, as he gets bigger. That won't be acceptable. You put it in your mouth, you swallow it, even if you don't like it. I mean, it's gotta be real bad, but to spit it out. And maybe it's because my dad was military, I don't know. But I do remember being a kid not liking things and wanting to spit it out. He'd tell me, I don't care if you don't like it, you need to swallow it. Like, he would make me eat the whole thing. But if I took a bite out of something, I wasn't allowed to just spit it back out. Which just looks gross anyways, you know, like, that's very impolite to do that. To, like, you know, spit food out. So, I don't know. What was I talking about? We just had like a really quiet week. We haven't really done a whole lot. Not a lot to be said. Kind of been trying to stay away from other people so we don't pass it around. I had a dog come on Monday. Because they started running my fever Monday night. And I was supposed to have a dog come on. I had a dog come on Monday, grew my dog. And then Monday night, I ran the fever. Tuesday, I started getting the sores. Now we're on Thursday. And then today is Thursday. So it was either Tuesday. Was it Tuesday night? It was Tuesday night. My husband ran the fever. And now, yesterday, or maybe it was this morning. It might have been this morning. He started getting the sores. So. And the doctor said it just kind of runs a course. Takes about a week. They said that you're not contagious. Said you're not contagious as long as you're not running the fever. So when you're running the fever, you are contagious. However, like, I'm just trying to, like, stay away from people. So. Some dumb lady just like walking across the middle of the highway. Like, and I say dumb because there was a lull in traffic. There was like nobody but one car, and she couldn't wait for that one car. She walked right out in front of them. Like, what are you doing? Let the car go by and then walk out. There was like nobody coming past. Now she's jumping the guardrail. And I just about walked out in front of a semi. And again, there was like a wall in traffic. Like, wait for the semi, you can go out. It wasn't like a semi with a trailer. It was like the truck, but still, like, I think she made it. She's like walking down the street, like down the highway, and it looked like she was still in the road. And I was like, is she in the road or is she like on the side? Like, what is she doing? People are crazy. You not want it? Want your egg? Stop kicking your food. Do you want your egg? So, speaking of crazy things going on the highway, actually the street I'm like right next to, there was a little girl, like a 10-year-old girl, got hit last week on that road and passed away. And like, my town has like a scanner page where like somebody posts everything that comes over police scanner and like updates on events happening in the city. I think a lot of towns are starting to have these like little pages pop up. And I was reading through the comments, reading through everything, and I left the comment and said maybe if that street had sidewalks it wouldn't have happened. In no way am I trying to blame the little girl, but and I'm not, you know, I'm not saying the driver is blameless. However, my husband and I used to live on this street, pointing back here, over there. My husband and I used to live on that street, and we would walk down to the McDonald's. I think we did it once. And we only did it once because it's a very busy road. There's no shoulder to walk on. You either walk in people's yards or you walk in the street. Like, that's your options. And I made a comment of saying, well, maybe if the city put sidewalks in on that street, it wouldn't happen. And I had people like jump down my throat over it, and you shouldn't be blaming the city for this, and blah blah blah. And it's like, well, I mean, I'm not saying the driver is faultless unless he hit somebody. However, she didn't have anywhere else to walk but the road. Like, so, and to further that, I'm also kind of wondering, like, it's a very busy road. Where was her parents, and why were they allowing her to walk down it? Because there's no way in heck my parents would have let me at 10 walk down that road. Like, it's too busy. And there's no sidewalks. Like, but it's now come out that the kid who was driving the car was high. So now the media is trying to paint him as like this horrible monster. And I call him a kid. He was a man. He was like 20. But that's like barely being an adult, in my opinion. There's so much you still gotta learn when you're 20. And apparently, this guy, after he hit her, he says he got out of his car to ask and see if she was okay. He said that she was breathing and responsive, and he told her to stay there, and then he left to go. He kind of sounds a bit like a scumbag, to be honest with you. He left to go get help, and then his aunt called the police, and they came and got him because he wouldn't go back down to the crime scene. I don't know. It's all kind of nuts. But again, my opinion still stands. If she'd had a sidewalk to walk on, maybe it wouldn't have happened. And by no means, again, am I trying to blame her. I just think, like, if you lived in my city, you would understand what I'm getting at. But our mayor has been doing so much road construction, and not in a good way, but he's like making some roads smaller and just jacking shit up. Originally, I really liked him. I thought he did an excellent job. There's still been some things around here that he's done that I really approve of. But here lately, with like the road construction he's been doing and making roads smaller and more narrow and all this other stuff, and he's trying to make things look nicer, and I get it. But new things look nice anyways. And so instead of going and trying to narrow roads and make them look more, I don't know if they're modern or what you'd want to call it, instead of doing all that, how about you go and make our city more pedestrian accessible? We have some major highways through here, and there's like no catwalks. Like, people literally just walk across the highway. Like, I just seen that girl do, just walked across the highway because there's no other way to get across. Like, there's no there's intersections, but there's no like crosswalks. There's no catwalks over it. There's no tunnels under it. Like, you have to just walk out in front of cars. Like, and I think that if we work to make things more pedestrian accessible, I think that would be awesome, and they would look nice. But like, we've had a handful of deaths from people getting hit. Like, I think it was last fall. There was a man who was walking across the same highway I'm parked in front of right now, but it was further down. He was walking from the McDonald's to somewhere. I walked across the street and got hit. And it was like early morning. But he had, like, if you got across the street, you don't have a car to do it in, you gotta walk it, like, it's hard. I know there's been others where people get hit. Oh, that was kind of a big bite. But I just, you know, if my city would have put more effort into making things more pedestrian friendly, like, we would love to be able to, like, walk down to Walmart. It's only, like, a mile and a half from our house. Like, we walk down to the post office because it's accessible by sidewalks. But we don't walk down to Walmart because you have to cross the highway. And I'm not crossing the highway with him in a stroller. So, I mean, people do it, but it's still dangerous. I was going to try to eat the whole piece, but I thought better of it. Is that so? And you want some more of your pancake thing? I'm gonna eat the bacon off of here because you won't touch bacon. This kid ate steak the other night. Oh my gosh. I was surprised. Like, we made steak. Kroger had steak, buy one, get one free. They were big steaks. I mean, you only got one in a package, but buy one, get one free. They were probably like the size of my face. So, we made up steak, and he couldn't really eat it because it was kind of a chewier steak. So he couldn't really chew it too well, but he mulled it over pretty good. Sucked on it and all that stuff. But he normally won't eat meat. Like, he'll eat chicken nuggets, he'll eat scrambled eggs, he'll eat lunch meat. And that's about all the protein that I can get him to eat. That's like at least animal-based protein. Like, he'll milk and dairy, he'll do that, but like, he'll eat chicken nuggets, won't eat chicken tenders. Grilled chicken breast, won't touch it. And so, like, when we go to the grocery store, we have to buy a couple bags of chicken nuggets. Like, on the up hand, he's really good about eating fruits and vegetables. Like, thankfully that's not an issue for him. This kid will eat peas all day long. What are you doing? Do you see yourself in the camera? No, you're not gonna look. You still working on that back there? You eat it. That's yours. You eat it. Mommy don't want it. Okay, so that is it for me today, guys. I need to go pay bills, so I gotta run all over town. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.